The biggest category dollar-wise
Mm-hmm.
is lost inbound or missing inbound shipments. And this is where you gave the example of like, we ship in 500 units to Amazon. Amazon receives that shipment and says, oh, we only got 400 of them.
Yeah.
What are you going to do now? Uh, Amazon is Amazon. They're just going to say you have 400 units in your sellable inventory and tough luck. Um, for a missing inbound shipment, the way that you have to file a claim is you have to provide a proof of delivery to show that the product actually got to Amazon, and you have to show proof of ownership that you owned the product before you shipped it to Amazon. And there's some nuances in those documents, and we can get into that in some more detail. But the short of it is,
Mm-hmm.
for a reseller, if you're purchasing your product from a wholesaler, you can use your wholesaler's invoice. So I bought, what did we say, 500 units? I bought 500 units from my supplier. He gives me an invoice. I can show that to Amazon to say, yes, I did own these product before sending it to you. The proof of delivery comes from your shipping carrier. So if you're using Amazon partnered carrier, that's great because Amazon is basically the carrier at that point, even if they source it out to UPS or, an LTL company. So they will typically have the POD on file, which makes it very easy. And especially for us,
Mm-hmm.
we've kind of automated that part of it to get the PODs directly from Amazon. But if you're not using partnered carrier, you simply get your POD or which is proof of delivery, or a BOL, the bill of lading, from your carrier that shows that it was delivered to Amazon. Open up a claim with Amazon, like right in the shipments page of Seller Central, you click on take action, file a claim, and provide them with the proof of delivery, the proof of ownership, and how many units were missing from that shipment. Technically, that's all that's needed. That's the bare minimum to get a claim filed. Most of the time, Amazon, if it's a small shipment, or a small discrepancy, I should say, they'll just look at it and say, yep, your paperwork is in order. We'll give you credit for what is missing. And that's where the reimbursement comes in. So they'll give you cash back for the missing units. If it's a larger discrepancy, Amazon's going to fight it. They're going to kind of make you jump through hoops. They'll make you pull up an actual bill of lading that has the individual units listed on it. So how many of each SKU, or how many boxes, or how many pallets, depends on how you're shipping it in,
Mm-hmm.
what the weight of that shipment was. And if there's any discrepancies in what Amazon expects from what's on the shipping plan,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna deny your claim. So best practice, I cannot emphasize this enough to all sellers. When a carrier is picking up your goods from your facility, you must get them to sign the bill of lading, proving that they picked up all the units that you put on that shipment plan. If the trucker doesn't sign off on it to say, yep, I picked up all 500 units, Amazon will just use that as an excuse to say, hey, we can't verify that,
Mm-hmm.
the trucker had all 500. He made it here because we have this, proof of delivery. The truck got here, but we have no, proof of what was on the truck.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a tough practice for a lot of sellers to get, into, because it sometimes slows down that shipping process. The truckers don't want to have to count things and sign off on it. They want to just grab it and go and
Mm-hmm.
pretend like, everything is good. But I can't stress it enough. Get that bill of lading signed. Make sure it is as detailed as possible. It also goes back to the weights and dims. If your product has a much lower weight listed on Amazon than what it really weighs, or maybe I should say it the other way around. If the weight in Amazon is heavier than what it really is, then Amazon's going to expect that shipment to weigh more than it actually does. And if they think that you shipped in a lighter
Oh.
pallet of goods or a lighter box of goods, they'll use that as the excuse to say, well,
Interesting.
it's underweight, so you must have miscounted and not sent all 500 units.
Wow.
You're 10 pounds short, so that must be a few units missing.
Damn, man. Interesting.
Yeah, it's all compounding on top of each other. One thing leads into another. But yeah, missing inbound shipments, by far the largest loss of revenue for FBA sellers.